the Montana Television Network. Montana This Morning continues on Montana's News Leader.
The reunification of families separated at the southern border is proving not to be as simple as signing an executive order. I'm Hannah Joba with the details on lawmakers unable to work together to find a legislative fix.
And a fire in Butte is being called suspicious. What investigators are saying about that place, that's all coming up. Good morning to you. I'm Missy O'Malley. Another story to pass along. Students and staff members of a church camp cut off by flooding were brought out safely on Thursday thanks to the Montana Army National Guard and the Lewis and Clark County Sheriff's Office. The camp is located along the Dearborn River in northern Lewis and Clark County. Roads to the camp remain impassable because of recent rains. MTN's Jonathan Amberian has a closer look at the operation.
Families gathered in Great Falls Thursday to await National Guard helicopters. They carried 100 junior high students and 37 staff members out of the Montana Wilderness School of the Bible.
My first thought was, whoa, we're just a bunch of kids, and instead we get a helicopter ride. This doesn't happen to everyone every day.
The school, located on the Dearborn River southwest of Augusta, was hosting a summer Bible camp. Floodwaters washed out portions of Dearborn Canyon Road, stranding the students and staff.
There really wasn't any danger at the time, but just not knowing the unknown of when anybody could get in or out of there, I'm sure parents would have really wanted their kids to be out just to make sure everything was safe.
Governor Steve Bullock approved the use of 2 Chinook helicopters to bring everyone out. It made for a unique experience for the campers.
Really excited. I've never flown on a helicopter before.
Families thanked the authorities who made the airlift possible.
Who would think I'd have to drive 60 miles to come pick him up, but you know what? It was worth it. My daughter's very jealous because her brother got to have fun and she didn't.
It was really cool, and once in a lifetime. I wish I could do it again, but that's probably not likely.
In Helena, Jonathan Amberian, MTN News.
Now, Lewis and Clark County leaders say rescue crews are returning to the Augusta area this evening to help separate a group of hikers stranded at the Elk Creek campground. You know, it's funny that it could have been so much worse and so much more scary, and all the kids seem to have a really good time.
Yeah, but I mean, very serious conditions
very
certainly
serious
out there, and flooding continues to be a concern across western and central Montana as we're heading into the day today. We do have flooding out there, especially farther to the north, also along the Jefferson River between Whitehall and Trident. Those areas still under a flood warning through noon today. Temperatures into the 50s for most in our area. We'll probably see a few more showers throughout the day. Temperatures still struggling a bit through the afternoon. We do have a warmer forecast ahead. We'll talk about that from the Billion Auto Weather Patio coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Matt. It's now 6:33, 2 days after President Trump signed an executive order that will keep families who illegally cross the border together. Questions still remain about its real-world implications. Republicans and Democrats in Congress have been unable to work together to resolve any of the issues with the legislative fix. CBS's Hannah Doba has more.
The Trump administration says about 500 of the more than 2,000 children separated from their families at the border have been reunited since May. There is still no clear solution nor timeline for the rest, though. A senior administration official tells CBS News the government is working to set up a reunification process in South Texas. At the same time, the Pentagon is examining the possibility of using military bases to house up to 20,000 children who cross into the U.S. by themselves.
How will that work? Is it even feasible?
The bill is not passed.
All this comes as Republicans in the House tried and failed to pass an immigration bill yesterday. They postponed a vote on another bill until next week. That includes $25 billion for a border wall and a pathway to citizenship for some of the dreamers.
Some of the areas where we have real disagreement, we're trying to work through them.
President Trump blamed Democrats for inaction.
They don't care about the children. They don't care about the injury. They don't care about the problems. They don't care about anything.
Not true, says House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi.
We want to be smart and strong, not reckless, rash, and ruthless.
Meanwhile, at the border, First Lady Melania Trump made a surprise appearance at a facility housing immigrant children.
I want to thank you for your hard work your compassion, and your kindness.
But her trip was partially overshadowed by a jacket she wore while traveling there. It read, "I really don't care, do you?" A spokeswoman said there was no hidden message there. Anadoba, CBS News.
Now, in a sign that the Trump administration may be dialing back its zero-tolerance policy, the Associated Press is now reporting that the U.S. Attorney's Office will be dismissing cases involving parents who are separated from their children. The AP says an email from a federal public defender claims the government will not be prosecuting parents with children going forward. Staying in politics for a moment, both Montana senators are taking the issue with the U.S. Supreme Court decision that will force Montana businesses to collect state sales taxes on behalf of other states. Senator John Tester says, quote, "Montanans don't pay sales taxes and we shouldn't be in the business of collecting sales taxes." Tester vows to pass a law to reverse what he calls the disastrous decision. Tester, by the way, is opposed to the nomination of Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch, who turned out casting on the deciding vote on yesterday's 5-4 decision. And Montana Republican Senator Steve Daines is also condemning the court's decision. Daines calls the decision an overregulation. He says, quote, "This decision means unnecessary and complex burdens on small businesses, as well as a tax increase on the consumers across the country." Now, by the way, Montana Attorney General Tim Fox was one of the only 2 state attorneys in general who wrote briefs on the opposition to the online tax. Switching gears to the mining city, Butte fire officials are calling a fire that destroyed a vacant home on Dakota Street early Thursday morning suspicious. Firefighters responded to this house on South Dakota Street to find it fully engulfed in flames a few minutes after midnight. Firefighters took a defensive position to stop the fire from spreading, and the structure eventually collapsed. Now, the home had been vacant for a long time, but squatters may have been staying in that home.
There were no utilities. There was no one living there, supposed to be living in there, so it's obviously suspicious. It's most likely an arson fire.
And the fire department responded to a smaller fire in the same residence on the 2nd floor back in February that was likely started by someone squatting in that home. And the City of Bozeman IT staff forwarded an email to all city employees cautioning them that between July 1st and the 15th, hacker activists are targeting computers. The email says that the planned attack is because of the state's involvement with the Keystone Pipeline and says that oil and gas companies are also susceptible. The City of Bozeman says its employees have been advised to be extra cautious because cybersecurity begins with them.
Making sure that we are not clicking on those suspicious emails, or if we get a suspicious phone call that's asking for information that doesn't seem right, making sure that you're not giving that out. So being a good human firewall.
State of Montana spokesperson would not say how many state employees received the email or offer any comment on how it identifies matters of that security. And Bozeman Health has a new prescription box drop-off to anyone that wants to get rid of old medicine. You can find the medication disposal box right next to the pharmacy. People can get rid of any unused pills, capsules, and up to 4 ounces of liquid medication. However, needles, syringes, spray cans, and hazardous materials are not allowed. Pharmacy Supervisor Alan Brayton says that people shouldn't hold on to pills for safety reasons.
There's always a risk of taking an old one that probably isn't the correct dose. You're not going to get the correct treatment. And medications do expire. They lose their potency. So you might not be getting the correct dose. Usually after 1 year is all you should keep it for. Otherwise, you should get rid of it.
Bozeman Health is the only non-law enforcement center in the city that has a pill drop-off location. And a joint partnership between the Bozeman Police Department and 2 nonprofits is helping people get new wheels. MTN's Mallory Peoples chats with a volunteer who makes it all possible.
Larry Baker helps keep the Bozeman Police Department rolling. As a volunteer, he picks up abandoned bikes and tries to reunite them with their rightful owner.
One good way is through the registration.
But the outcome of his efforts rarely leads down a happy trail.
Last year we had 183 bicycles. Not one bicycle was registered, and so I couldn't return them, and I'm frustrated on a regular basis.
The Bozeman Police Department used to auction off the bikes, but this year decided to change gears, partnering with 2 local nonprofits.
Service can mean an officer coming to respond to a call, but it can also mean, how do we give back and be able to give something to the community like an abandoned bike that somebody might need to go to work who wouldn't otherwise have a bicycle.
More than 100 unclaimed bikes have been donated to HRDC and Bike Kitchen this year. They pick up where Baker left off.
As you can see, many of the bicycles are in need of minor maintenance.
The bikes are repaired and then given to someone in need of transportation. Baker says it feels good helping the community by helping local law enforcement.
The also positive experience for me is to help out the patrol officers. And the patrol officers have so many responsibilities.
Just by picking up bikes, he helps things run a little smoother. Reporting from Bozeman, Mallory Peebles, MTN News.
Now, to learn how to register your bike, visit our websites. And Butte officials cut the ribbon on the new community outdoor swimming pool on Thursday afternoon. Major donors and special guests were invited to the ribbon cutting ceremony for the Ridgewater Pool at Stodden Park, which will be open to the public next week. Guests got to tour the $8.7 million facility that took about a year to build. City officials say they are grateful for all the support for the project.
I just can't thank the citizens of Butte enough for voting, for voting for this project, and then all the donors themselves. This is why we have what we do. This is why we live in Butte, and that's what we, I've always known it, but more people are going to realize Butte's the greatest place on earth to live.
Now, the pool officially opens to the public next Wednesday at noon. It is time for a quick break. Let's take a look ahead at what's next on Montana This Morning and CBS This Morning at 7.
Today is Bring Your Dog to Work Day, and some employees say having their pup at the office is a must. I'm Nikki Batiste with a look at the pros and cons of a dog-friendly workplace.
Ahead on CBS This Morning, we've all seen this iconic photo of a little girl crying at the border in Texas. Only on CBS This Morning, we'll hear from the Border Patrol agent who detained her and her mother, and the photographer who captured this very emotional shot. And we investigate how organized crime at one of the nation's busiest ports could be increasing the cost of everything from coffee to cars. We'll see you 7 o'clock on the dot.